everybody, and thanks for joining me today. I told you I was going to hit y'all with a double hitter. So here it is. Today's episode is going to be about personal or self accountability and when it pertains to your healing journey. So, a lot of us are in these situations where we try to blame, point fingers. Not to say that it's not that other person's fault, but like I always say, during our journey, we have to dig deep into ourselves so we can understand our whys, understand why did we put up with certain things, why didn't we walk away, why didn't we do anything. So this episode right here is strictly about accountability, looking at yourself. When I think of self accountability or personal accountability, it's a way of living in which you take responsibility for your actions in your life, learn from your mistakes, and quickly recover from any impulse to blame others, ignore problems, and hide from your own shortcomings. And that's one thing we don't like, ladies. Like a lot of times, it's easy. That's the easy route to blame, as you weren't honest with me. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You led me on. I didn't make you happy. I didn't want to argue. You caused the argument. It's easy to finger point and blame. But what we need to do is start looking at ourselves as why. Why didn't we look at those signs? Why didn't we walk away when we seen it? Why are we so nurturing and caring? Why we get so vulnerable when we are in love? So a lot of those play a part in the accountability phase of your self-care journey. Like you have to just admit to mistakes, telling those. Like who are affected and helping to problem solve for solutions, taking time for self-reflection and intentional learning from mistakes and shortcomings. I love that. Self-reflection. We have to reflect. How many times have I told y'all, like you could have a bad day, but your mindset, the way your mental is powerful. So how we think, our mindset plays a big role in how we view ourselves. So we have to look at that reflection of ourselves, to take responsibility on our role. Yes, they abused us. Yes, they cheated. Yes, they are very confrontational and the chaos was there. But we have to look at ourselves and understand, why did we make the decisions that we made? Why did we walk away when we should have? It's not about giving people chance after chance after chance. It's about our boundaries and sticking to them and what we do not want to tolerate. Because I'm going to be frankly transparent with y'all. What we keep allowing is how we are teaching that person to treat us. If we keep allowing the same behavior because they want to apologize or send flowers, buy us a jewelry, different, say, I'm going to change, that's not enough. But if that keeps working, guess what they're going to do? They are going to keep doing it because all they know is, she going to be mad for a little bit. She going to be back. She just in one of her moods. And we can't really get mad at somebody if we are keep allowing them to treat us a certain type of way and we keep accepting it. Even though deep down inside we're not. And that's how we get into that depressive state. Deal with that anxiety. Our mood disorders, like our moods change because it's like we are staying in something that we don't want to be in, but we don't want to leave because we want to be a ride or die chick, or we want to show this person that we loyal, or show this person that we are not what they say that we are. It's a mental manipulation, and we fall for it every time because we are emotional. We are nurturers. We want to help you. We want to fix you. But everybody is not meant to be fixed because while we are fixing that person, we are breaking our own selves. So here are some tips on understanding personal accountability. You have to understand your role in the situation. Be honest with everyone, including yourself. That's a big one. Be quick to apologize if you are wrong. You got to manage your time wisely. The time that you are spending with somebody, you have to manage that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep wasting your time on something that is redundant, keep happening. Know your limits. Know how much you are willing to take and when to walk away. You got to be open to change. It's okay to change that scenery, that atmosphere, that person. It is okay. I know it's hard, but we can do it. Be outcome driven. Like, you have to be outcome driven. Like, you have to be driven by the outcome of if you walk away, because you know your worth and you want better for yourself. Know what you're accountable for and who you're accountable for. I love this one because we neglect to understand that we are only accountable for ourselves, not nobody else, ourselves. We are accountable. I am accountable to Shantae. I want everybody to say that. I am accountable to me, nobody else, me. And once you realize that and understand that you are accountable to yourself, like, everything else will smooth. It will run smooth because you are understanding that the only person that you are accountable to is yourself. So true accountability is fully owning everything that happens in your life. It means you understand that you are responsible for your attitude, your actions, your reactions, the teamwork that you put in, communication, and relationships. It also means you hold others accountable for the commitments and the efforts that they give. That's like big, ladies. I always say that to my son, that you only can control yourself. You only can control your actions, your responses. You can't get mad because that person is being who they are. That's who they are. They are showing you that's who they are. So who am I to get mad because you are showing me who you are? I'm getting mad at you for being you? No. Accountability is an obligation or a willingness to understand and accept responsibility for one's action. When individuals are accountable, they understand and accept the consequences of their actions or the areas in which they assume responsibilities. So, just to sum up some of these things, I'm not saying that you deserve what happened to you. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we have to dig deep and look at our role that we played in a lot that transpired in our life, whether it be relationship, friendship, work, as parents, different things. Like, we have to look at our role that we played in a lot of this, because that is very important and that is very big on your self-care journey. Digging deep, understanding who you are so you can protect yourself, so you can speak that calm and that positivity in yourself. You have to understand who you are and the different things on why self accountability is so important, because it strengthens us, it empowers us, it breeds excellence, it ensures ownership, it builds that trust within ourselves, and settle realistic expectations. Achieve goals. It helps us achieve our goals because it's discipline and setting measurable, achievable performance within ourselves. So let me piggyback off of that building trust. I'm big on learning to trust ourselves after we go through traumatic experience or just during that self-care journey phase. We have to trust ourselves. We have to trust our decisions that we are making. We have to trust that who we are as an individual and that we are doing things correctly. So building that trust within yourself is big to me. As far as setting realistic expectations. I don't know if y'all heard me say before, but we have people that live in the fantasy world in their head and reality. We have to live in our reality. We have to. You can't live in this fantasy world because life is life and it happens. Nobody is perfect. We are imperfect. So we have to live in we have to live in our reality. So, examples of self accountability is, like I said before, admitting to mistakes, like telling those who are affected and helping to problem solve for the solution, taking time to self reflect and intentionally learn from those mistakes and shortcomings. So, it's one thing to admit you're wrong, but it's another thing to learn from it. Ask for help when needed. Like I said in my mental health episode before this, you have to know when to ask for help. Go to your counselor, life coach, therapist, support groups, different things like that. So you can get that feedback and you can get other people's point of views. So you can understand your actions in a situation. Recognizing a problem rather than ignoring it or hiding from it. You see a lot of that these days. Taking action rather than getting lost in planning and imagination. That's that realistic expectations versus that fantasy. Examining and taking ownership for your own role in creating a problem and or contributing to finding the solution, even if the problem wasn't your fault. Forgiving mistakes made by you and others while making a commitment to improve and to also help others improve as well. So, those are many examples of self accountability. Now, you do have those examples of not taking accountability. And with those, it's ignoring the problem rather than recognizing it. How many people you know out here that just don't feel like they do no wrong? Oh, I can't stand those people. Like you really gonna sit here and say you didn't do nothing? So I'm just reacting the way I'm reacting for no reason. But then that goes back to understanding you're not responsible for someone else's or actions or reactions, only your own. So for those type of people, you just have to let that go because they're gonna have to deal with that on their own. Denying that a problem exists, hoping it will go away. That's always a no-no for me. You can never deny that a problem exists, sweetie. It's there. And you gonna either deal with it now or you gonna deal with the aftermath of it. Either way, you can't deny it. It's there. Blaming others for the problem and taking no steps to help solve it. Ooh, ooh, y'all don't understand. Like this bringing back so many memories. I told y'all that PTSD, them trauma, they hit. They hit different. Y'all, this is hitting different for me because I have stories, honey. Like creating a list of reasons why the problem is not your fault. Who can do that? You really are sitting there making a list saying that something is not your fault, even though you know you played a role in it? Stop. Hiding from the problem by ignoring emails and our phone calls or getting lost in unhealthy habits like excessive TV watching, drinking, eating junk food. How many times have you been in a situation and you just sat there or that person just ignored you? Especially them guys. Like they love watching their football, their sports, and saying, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. No, we talking about it. It happened and we talking. Like it's so much that happened. Like they want food or they do something. That's a good one. They do something to us and they want to go out to eat. Let me take you out to eat. Let me do this. They try to derail you from what the main problem is. I can't stand that. That boils my blood. It's like you really about to try to ignore the problems that we are having by food or because you are watching a game. No, we need to talk about this. In many ways, you can maintain self accountability is to create a personal mission statement that will identify personal and professional goals. I love goals. I love your list. That takes me back to journaling. Write them down so you can stay on top of it. Writing out everything you need to get done in the form of a to do list or long term goals. Reward yourself when you reach milestones for accomplishments, significant projects. Create micro goals for self significant projects and deliverable to stay on task and meet deadlines. Like, those are good examples so you can stay on top of it. Like, so you can stay on top of your goals and hold yourself accountable for different things. Like, I love that. That is very important and smart to do. Because, I mean, what does lack of accountability mean? Like we said before, when you don't feel accountable for your actions, behavior, or choices, like your relationship, your work life, it can suffer. And we neglect to see that as well. So these are many things, key factors I want to say just about self accountability and your healing journey, the important role that it plays in that. So thank y'all for tuning in today to my latest episode of self accountability. I appreciate all of y'all. Peace.